There are nearly 2,800 diagnoses of breast cancer in Colorado every year.
When a person is going through cancer, you've got to focus on getting well. It's almost impossible to describe how horrible the stress is.
It does drain your savings account and your checking account and everything. We just didn't have the money to pay the bills.
Sense of Security is a nonprofit organization that provides non-medical financial assistance to breast cancer patients while they are in treatment for basic necessities.
We are Colorado-based and we serve breast cancer patients throughout any part of Colorado, but only in Colorado.
I was first diagnosed in May of 1992 and was familiar with a woman who was having trouble meeting some basic needs. Donna Rogers was a great gal who was a breast cancer advocate. She had run through her savings and her short-term disability ran out. It was going to be 13 weeks until her long-term disability kicked in. I asked her what she was going to do and she said she didn't know, except that everyone was telling her to sell her home so that she'd have funds to live on. And I said, "Well, Donna, you really can't do that." She said, "No, it's the only place I feel safe." Donna was truly the inspiration for Sense of Security, and the organization was founded in the spring of 2000.
It was 3 months prior to when I was actually needing to get a mammogram, and had absolutely no thought of cancer whatsoever. So it was really quite a shock. It was like having the rug ripped out from under me, really. At one point, it was I think 2 days before Thanksgiving, I came home from work and all of my lights were out in the house. There was complete darkness, not even a light on the on the stove. And I realized that my electricity had been shut off because I wasn't able to pay the bill.
When I was 32 years old, they did a mammogram and then they found the lump in my breast. And then I did a mastectomy and I went through some real hard chemotherapy. 6 years later, I had my son, and 2 months after he was born, I was re-diagnosed with cancer.
I was kind of in shock with no signs of it, no history of it, and I was just scared of what was going to happen. She had a good job, I had a good job. Then when she couldn't work anymore, our income went down drastically.
The medical bills are one thing, but trying to pay your living expenses and work while you're feeling so sick is just horrifying.
Even after insurance and our prescriptions and all that just comes to so much money.
Cancer is not just a physical crisis or an emotional crisis, it's really a financial crisis for a lot of people.
Sense of Security pays bills for breast cancer patients while they're going through treatment. The bills that we pay are the kinds of things that don't stop just because you have breast cancer. All of our assistance is paid directly to the vendors, and we serve about 25 or 30 women at any given time during any given month, and they stay with us for a variety of periods of time depending on the length of their treatment. And we do have both medical and financial qualifications for our grantees.
It helps me to concentrate on healing instead of worrying about bills and stuff that are coming in. So that was a huge, huge worry off of my mind.
As part of our mission, not only do we do the financial support, but we stick with these women month after month. And part of what we do is also call and check in on them.
I remember one day I answered my phone and I was crying. It was Sense of Security, and I was crying because I had told them my car just broke down. So that was a whole other chapter in all of this that was just one more thing.
We get a wide variety of assistance from funders throughout Colorado, from foundations, from corporations, but our most important resource is individuals because this disease affects so many people. And every one of those people has families and friends and neighbors and co-workers. And I can't help but think that if all of those people were willing to help out, it would so greatly increase our ability to provide a sense of security to breast cancer patients throughout Colorado. We can't come anywhere close to meeting the need at this point, but we hope we will in the future.
I was 39 years old at sort of the beginning of establishing my law career. Had 2 young daughters and had a lump and thought I better check this out, and went in and found out I had stage 2 breast cancer. I was very fortunate to have been a lawyer so that I've been able to sustain my way of life while I was going through all of this, and thinking about how difficult it would be if I didn't have that financial resource. I wanted to do something to help other people who were going through this illness, which is just devastating. I am going to continue to be a supporter of Sense of Security because I think it's a very important organization. I think it's continuing to grow and expand the number of people that it's being able to support and help.
Every time I pay a bill, I stop and think about what I hope that's meaning to that individual. But one thing that makes that individual and that family feel a little better about their tough time in life and maybe a little more hopeful, maybe a little more well that day.
It's so important to not go away from life, but to live it. A sense of security has brought me hope, and they've just made my life better.